Good morning, viewers. My name is Alethea Taruvinga. I hope we are all keeping safe wherever we are. And to those who've been infected by COVID 19, we continue to pray for your quick recoveries. And we encourage each other to keep praying so that God will soon wipe away this virus. This morning, I have very few points that I thought we could share as parents. The moment I became a parent, I was full of fear that probably something bad was going to happen to my children. And I guess this has been the feeling with most parents. We are afraid of the unknown. We are afraid of accidents. We are afraid of death. A lot can happen to our children. And it's even worse to those working parents who leave the care of their children in someone's hands. It can be helpers or anyone. We've heard a lot of stories that make it so scary. But when we open our Bibles on 1 Peter 5:7, it reads, "Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you." What a relief that we can actually carry our burdens to God, our anxiety. We should cast everything in God's hands. This gives me a thought that, what if we just release our children in God's hands? As He is the one who's there when we are not there. As He is the one who sees what we cannot see. Remember, children are a gift from God. And God can never give us gifts that probably He is also not responsible for. He even loves them probably more than we do because He's the ones who created them. So the moment we start having this fear of unknown, that anything or something can happen to our kids, let's remember that there is God who's always there for us. I know there are parents out there who are not locked down with their children, who are also scared. There are parents who have children who are outside the country because of school, because of work, who are also scared. But let's remember to always release our children in God's hands, because He's the one who can do what we cannot do. The protection we are crying for actually comes from God when we are not there. And whenever we have this feeling of fear within us, let it be a reminder to us that it's time for us to kneel down in prayer and release our children in God's hands. When you look into the Bible, there's a story of Hannah. Hannah prayed for a child to God. I'm not sure if we also prayed for our children, but Hannah did that. However, we can still take or copy certain things from Hannah. Hannah cried for a child. God gave Samuel. And Hannah went back to God and said, God, I'm giving you back the son Samuel. Let Samuel be in your care. And Hannah left Samuel. The story is in 1 Samuel. We can also read 1 Samuel 1 verse 28 to hear when Hannah left Samuel. Hannah purposed in her heart to give back Samuel into God's hands because he believed that God, as the giver, could do actually more to protect him more than she could do. So, as parents, we should not limit what God can do in our children by holding on so dearly to them as their earthly parents. But we should just release them in God, because obviously God has the best interests of each and every one of us. He even promises in Jeremiah 11 verse 29 that He has good plans for us. Therefore, putting our children in the care of God will give us so much peace and so much joy. And the other point that I have is we should also pray for our children so that they develop a certain hunger of God's things. In the media, in the newspapers, we've read a lot of stories where children are involved in sexual immorality, adultery, and even robbery cases. And it's so scary when we read the stories. And at times we're quick to think that these children come from non-Christian families. But at times they also come from Christian families. It's only that they have not purposed in their hearts to fear God. So let's pray as parents that our children put God first in everything they do, that they also feel obliged to have a personal relationship with God, so that they feel they have a role to play also in his vineyard, as that will make them fear God. When we look into our Bible as well, we read that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. How we also want our children to experience the blessings of God only because they'll be obedient to them. When we open our Bible, Psalms 86, verse 11 reads, "Teach me your way, O Lord, and I will walk in your truth. Give me an undivided heart, that I may fear your name." So, as a church parents, I encourage you to release your children into God's hands. Let's dedicate them before God, so that God can be there for them whenever we are not there. So that God can actually have special favors for these children because they'll be in His hands. And secondly, our prayer as parents is that our children can also have or develop a personal relationship with God, because the fear of the Lord is the beginning of the wisdom. Thank you. Stay safe.